Hey, it's mrXirish here with another Medieval 2 Total War Online battle gameplay. Today we're featuring a battle on the map Edelweis between myself, mrXirish, commanding the forces of the Holy Roman Empire, and Platinum Jack 68, commanding the forces of Portugal. So we are on the map Edelweis, I believe. My opponent, Platinum Jack 68, has deployed up there in kind of the mountains. So we still have a long way to go before we have any major engagement, unless there's some sort of cavalry charge. I'm kind of just moving my heavy cavalry around over here. He's got some up here, so I'll make sure to look out for them. I'm just kind of readjusting my army to that. If we take a look at my army today, I have my general's bodyguard right there. I have 4 units of different spearmen, some armored sergeants, and some sergeant spearmen. I have some peasant archers here with 1 catapult. The rules for the match were max 2 artillery with no gunpowder and max 5 cavalry. On the right here I have my dismounted feudal knights, and on the left I have my dismounted Gothic knights. And my cavalry on my left, kind of, well, not my left anymore, but just up here kind of running around, are my Teutonic knights. And over here are my other, I think I accidentally chose another general's bodyguard unit, so that was kind of a poor decision on my part, and some more Gothic knights. So, still just kind of readjusting my army to wherever their cavalry is. He put like 4 units of cavalry up here. But so if we can, I can't get too good of a look at his army because they're in the distance here, but we'll take a look now. You can see about 4 units of cavalry here, some conquistadors, some mounted crossbowmen, some more conquistadors. Take a look up here, we got some spearmen up there in front, 2 units of trebuchets, some dismounted Portuguese knights, some more Portuguese knights, and some crossbowmen. So I withdrew my cavalry forces, so he did the same thing as well. Once again, just another little plug for reddit.com if you have not visited yet or seen the link in my past videos. It's a really cool place to look at a lot of kind of just cool questions, tips, tidbits about Total War, from Shogun to Medieval to Napoleon to Empire. So make sure to take a look at that. I'll put a link at the bottom in comments. There's nothing really happening yet. So just kind of reorganizing my formations. And remember, if you do have any tips or comments to help me, don't hesitate to put them below. So we'll go ahead and fast forward here a little bit. I'm just moving my cavalry over to the left. Readjusting my line. Facing their main force a little bit more. Major fighting going on yet. I don't think either side has lost any men. They do have some conquistadors, and I think they have some mounted crossbowmen, so I'll have to keep a watch out for that when I have my cavalry just kind of meandering over here in the middle. So we'll go ahead and fast forward once again. So now I'm moving my army up once again. His army is still in the distance, is not moving or responding. I put 2 units of cavalry here in the forest. I still have my 3 units of feudal knights, my spearmen in front, archers behind my spearmen, and on the left my dismounted Gothic knights. Now here I kind of did a bad job because I did not realize how far of a range some of those cavalry have. There was, you can see here, I did not know that they could hit me all the way from that range. So I lost a few horses, and you'll see in the next couple of minutes I lost even more unintended. You can see those bows going. Already lost about 2 or 3 units, and that'll continue to happen as my army advances. So we'll go ahead and watch them advance. So we're kind of in a stalemate now, so I'm once again going to advance. So what my decision was, I was going to put my spearmen right on my left, because in order for them to really flank me, I kind of had this ridge here protecting me. They would have to come all the way down here, and that'd be really obvious, so then I would be able to adjust in time. And I was going to bring some cavalry units over here, so that if they did bring if his infantry did come down to meet me, I could flank them on their right. So I'll have some cavalry over there waiting. So I'm just advancing my spearmen, my archers behind them, and the Gothic knights to the left. But yeah, I made a really bad choice, because this whole time I did not realize their crossbowmen were hitting my units. And I decided to just swing right to the left of my main front a little bit more, because they have 2 or 3 units of cavalry here. But since they were missile cavalry, I really should have continued to advance my army instead of having them just take their fire.
Our men are under attack. We need to act.
So now I decided that I was going to have to stop taking their fire, so I'm going to advance the army now to really begin the major fighting. Bring my catapult up here as well. So I'm going to advance my spearmen here on the left, bring my Gothic knights and my archers here on the right, because they don't really have any cavalry up here that could charge me head on, so I have no really major risk to bring my archers unprotected there, since I have my spearmen protecting their left flank. And eventually you'll see we'll kind of gradually move up as we go up the ridge. And that's when I decided to charge with my Gothic knights.
We need to act.
But then they chose to flee. So you hear that general's call in the distance. Also, I should have brought my catapult up here sooner so that it could be used more when against these forces. The max was 2 artillery, and I really should have kind of used my artillery more. I kind of wasted it throughout the battle.
Attack. We need to act.
Okay, now the real fighting begins. I'm bringing my dismounted field knights, as long with my Gothic knights are also going to join them to really meet the main enemy army. You can see how much of a mistake I made by just laying those troops there. You can see all those fallen troops on the ground. Bringing my catapult up as well, bringing my spearmen to protect their flank as they meted them. And then I did not see their cavalry here. Their cavalry really could have done good if they just would have attacked me right there. I did have some spearmen, but they chose not to. I'm fighting their cavalry up here. You can see their trebuchets in action over here. They had a pretty favorable position during the deployment phase of the battle.
Change tactics.
You can see they have this massive reach here to just constantly look over my troops as I approach. So I probably should approach faster in order to limit their kind of barraging ability as my army approaches. You can see my field knights approaching, my spearmen protecting the flank, my cavalry retreating in their distance. I still have 2 more units of cavalry on their right. I was hoping that their army would come down so I could flank them, but it appears as they will not. So what I'll probably do is bring those cavalry units up here around this little ridge and attack them from their rear. Hopefully they'll be during the heat of the battle and he won't notice too much. His cavalry still is on that hill in the distance. My units are now charging. And then right there you can see I even got friendly fire in my own units. So I really misused the artillery. Well, another bad thing is since we are playing on these, since I'm new to Medieval Online, or just in general, I'm not really used to the maps, so I don't know for sure what maps are what. The only maps that I'm familiar with are, like, well, I don't even remember the names right now, but there's only a few maps that I'm familiar with where I know the layout. So I guess in this situation I probably would have used a different artillery unit if I knew that I was going to be fighting upwards. Here comes my cavalry to come around in the rear.
We are being defeated. We must change tactics.
He does have his knights set up here, but I'll have my cavalry charge them. My archers still laying down
under
fire.
attack. We need to act.
Bringing my spearmen. What I'm doing is I'm bringing 2 units of spearmen to help with the fighting up here. I'm going to have the 2 other units of spearmen, the sergeant spearmen, I believe. They're going to kind of set up position in the rear of this little clump of fighting men, so that their cavalry cannot just whip around and attack. Luckily, their trebuchets can't do too much right now. One unit is retreating, but hopefully they will come back to battle with 15 men. Still my artillery in the distance. I don't know why they're not firing. My archers kind of being harassed by their cavalry. Another mistake on my part. Kind of an awkward position for the replay, sorry about that. It's like on this kind of hill, so we'll get as close as we can. As you can see, I have my spearmen here in my rear. Prevent any cavalry forces from attacking. My general's call continuing to ring about as my army fights. No retreating units quite yet.
Our men are under attack. We need to act. We are being defeated. We must change tactics.
I remember I was trying to fire my artillery here, but for some reason it just wasn't firing. I was telling it to attack these units of cavalry and these units of conquistadors right in front of them, but for whatever reason they weren't firing. So I don't know quite what was going on there. What was going on there? Still my spearmen in the rear, my armored sergeants, dismounted field knights, and my dismounted Gothic knights are all the main units fighting against some of their. Looks like some of their conquistadors now join some of their dismounted conquistadors and some of their crossbowmen. They're in the distance there. They are their aventuros, or spearmen.
My lord, we have lost half the army.
So all the fighting going on in this little drop off here. Now they found my artillery. He's attacking. I tried to charge with some returning units, some of my knights against their crossbowmen. They still have not charged, but their cavalry has about 2 or 3 units over here after he got my catapult. Still kind of harassing, not making a major dent in his rear, but just kind of harassing their crossbowmen there. Now you can see he's trying to bring his cavalry and trying to swing them around. Bring in another unit of conquistadors. See one of my units retreating, my armored sergeants. Another unit retreating of feudal knights. My spearmen's still trying to fight off their conquistadors here. There goes my general bodyguard against their dismounted Portuguese knights. I put these sergeant spearmen.
Dummkopf's general has thrown his life away. Perhaps our chances of victory with it.
Trying to charge their cavalry units right in this area with the
This
rear.
battle goes poorly for the
My
Reich.
sergeant spearmen, but
We
that
need
didn't
to
really work
reverse our
out.
fortunes.
So you can see now most of my army is being routed and is retreating from the hill.
This defeat leaves a
So
bitter
I will
taste
go
in
ahead
the
and
mouths
resign
of all
and
the
admit
Empire's
defeat.
warriors.
So that is a defeat for me on Medieval Total War. Medieval 2 Total War. Look at stats here. I had about, so basically even armies, I had about 40 more men. I lost twice as many as he did. But he did not kill 571 men, so you can see how much friendly fire I got on my own men, so that was not a good thing. So I definitely think if I wouldn't have had that friendly fire, if I would have managed my cavalry and some of those troops from that missile cavalry, and if I would have just advanced my army quicker instead of receiving their trebuchets and their missile cavalry, excuse me, I think I would have had a much better chance at victory, but unfortunately, part of the process of learning the Medieval 2 tactics, so that is a defeat, and for mrXirish and a victory for Platinum Jack 68 and the Portuguese forces. So other than that, thanks for watching. This was my third battle, Medieval 2 Total War battle gameplay. I'll have one out on Monday as well. So other than that, this is mrXirish. Thanks for watching.